Alright, so we're back with some more Persona 3. So this kind of happened off camera. So I tried the power door, the magic door, the resistance door, speed door, and luck door. And, well, they were essentially puzzles. You have set stats, set personas, and whatnot, so they're essentially just persona puzzles, and if you manage to beat them, they give you skill cards. Some very good skill cards. But, yeah, those took forever, so I did those off recording. I might do a voiceover of them later, like on my general thinking as to how I beat all of them. But for the time being, we'll just show what we got. So we got Enduring Soul, which if you don't know is extremely good. If you end up dying, you'll be revived once per battle with full HP. Yes, you heard me right. Full HP. And this is every battle. So long as it's a different battle. So, yeah, extremely strong. Arms Master, as we all know. For those that have played Persona, for those that haven't, it is reduces the cost of your physical skills in terms of the HP that they cost by half. So if you end up making a physical persona, this is what you want. Spellmaster, essentially the equivalent, but magic based. Making skills like, or spells like Megidolon, which is 84 base SP, go down to 42, which is still extremely expensive, but actually usable by comparison. What else did we get here? I believe we got Azor, Ice, Pierce, Strike, Slash. I want to say we got a majority of those from beating the other bosses within this area. I could be wrong on that, though. Oh yeah, they gave us Mind Charge, Power Charge from two of the doors. I believe Power Charge was from the Power Door, Mind Charge from the Magic Door. As to be expected. What else? Yeah, no. Okay, but, I mean, just even off those skill cards alone, extremely usable. Absolutely every single one of them. They give those to you for a reason. Not that these bosses aren't hard or anything, but, you know, they're pretty good for things like, oh, I don't know, the Reaper, fighting the Velvet Room attendants, you know, all that good stuff. We're more than likely not going to be fighting Shadows in this one. We are going to be farming to level 99. And people are going to be like, isn't that like a little bit of an overkill? And you might think that, but the Hermit right here is level 85. I believe Fortune and Strength are 90. And the Hangman is either level 95 or level 99. So when you take those into consideration, plus, I don't even know what the Reaper is. I don't think they actually tell me in the game what level he is. But yeah, presumably he's around like 70, 80, so there's that. And then fighting Margaret is going to be 99, so yeah. Yeah, even then, 99, you need 99 plus like all the cheese you could possibly get. So that being said, we're going to take this opportunity to farm just a little bit. Unfortunately, Mitsuru is not feeling it right now, so maybe we'll leave her for a different time. So we'll go ahead and grab everybody else here. And just go ahead and start leveling. As far as I'm aware, there's no real, like, fantastic spot to farm, so we're kind of just stuck with farming within this area itself. So we're going to stick around the highest levels, or highest floors of Tartarus, naturally, so that way we get the highest level shadows to deal with, and farm it up. War God Seal, okay. Not ideal, but unlike 4 and 5, where we have Treasure Demons and Golden Hands and stuff like that, the Golden Hands here only drop us the items to be able to eventually give us good ultimate weapons, but I don't know the cookbook formulas or anything to make a majority of them, and And well, you know, that kind of just leaves us to just farm regular enemies. Not ideal, but as far as I'm aware, there's no better way of going about this. Hey, Koromaru got a level. Nice. Level 70. I know Koromaru wasn't with us for quite a minute, so I'm not surprised to see him down there at level 70. Well, we know these guys are weak to electric. If we just keep dropping Megiddo, love seeing that damage. Got a high counter, nice. And we just let Aki go deal with this.
For him as well.
Wow, that did Aki go pretty hard. Ooh, hit him. 600 XP. Oh boy, the journey. Ooh, this one's gonna be a long one, I can already tell. Not necessarily the video, but getting people to level 99. This one might honestly take the longest to get people to level 99 too. I think 4 was actually the fastest, believe it or not, because in 4, there's specific parts in the game where you can manipulate the RNG to more or less force golden hands to spawn if you just keep going in and out of the floors. And golden hands actually, you know, are essentially metal slime equivalents to that game, so they give really good amounts of XP, which allow you to just farm up your levels extremely fast by comparison. And, well, you know, turns out it makes life a lot easier, especially when it's a very fast method to do it as well. But this one, we don't have that luck, so we're kind of just left to do this. 620 XP, this is nothing, bro. I need shuffle times and whatnot. Oh, well, this is why I do the top one, because that's it. Alright. So we want to do one under, that way we have floors that we can go to. At the very least, we can pick up potential new items, as well as get a little bit more money. Not that we really care about money at this point, but we still need to, that XP. We're gonna run out of SP extremely fast, because even though I have Spellmaster on our Vishnu there, it still costs 42 SP, which is insane. At least we actually see some Megiddo magic right here. As you can see, it turns out pretty good. Mind Charge Megiddo with our current Vishnu stats should realistically kill just about any normal shadow type in the game. So long as they'll actually take the Megiddo damage. Especially with Mind Charge, though. In that sense, we're good. But it doesn't tend to do as well versus things like the Reaper, the Velvet Room Attendants, and for what it feels like, the giant Shadow boss fights. I could be wrong on that though, but it's also always going to feel like it does less because Almighty doesn't have Almighty Boost or Almighty Amp like the regular elemental skills do. Although, I think in 5, they ended up giving people Almighty Boost. But I want to say that was from... like, DLC personas. Mother Harlot. Well, I know we already made Mother Harlot, so I guess we could go ahead and just put her away. I didn't look up any personas or like more ways that we could make personas we didn't have already. I probably could do that, but considering it's our first playthrough, I still want to keep it more or less like as blind as possible. You know, like second playthrough, I'll absolutely more or less just look everything up and do whatever I want to do. But for the first playthrough, I want to try and keep it as like faithfully blind as I can to the game. Alright, our instant killer there. Even though Vishnu basically does that for us, but with Megi. And it only costs 2 more SP. That is kind of wild though. You give one of your Samsara users
3 enemies. Be careful.
Spellmaster, and all of a sudden you get very high instant kill chances for 20 SP. So yeah, that's pretty good. Of course, the enemy can't resist light, but even then, not a lot do so. At least by comparison. Go ahead and give me that rank 10 weapon, even though I probably don't need it. 244 XP. Oh, this is gonna be such a terrible grind if I can't keep getting XP cards.
Watch out! There are 4 enemies. Enemy defeated! Just one more!
I low-key considered, like, just looking up better farm positions for this game, but I really don't think there is. Like, I'm pretty sure it's just a fight at the top of the Tartarus forehead. Like, I haven't seen any other crazy XP ways. I mean, even beating the giant shadows, we were only getting like 1 or 2k a fight, which those fights are way longer than what our regular shadow fights are, so it doesn't really make sense unless they're dropping more items for us, which I'm not sure if that's actually the case or not.
A surprise attack! 2 enemies!
I didn't deserve that damage, but it is what it is. I think strike's fine. I mean, slash works, so surely strike's fine. Or it might just get reflected. We'll see. Ah, no, they just block it. That's
2 enemies left!
Mahmudo. Man, we still don't have Mahmud on just yet. I think it was 1 more level and Koromar learned it. It's crazy that they put that so far away. Oh, well, this is kind of annoying because electric doesn't do anything, your other one doesn't do anything. I guess we could just do decrease defense just to make sure when we do hit them, they're gonna get wrecked. I forget if wind is neutral or not. I know ice is the weakness, I just don't remember about wind. Ah, they reflect wind, okay. Makes sense considering they're using wind here. Koromar dodging, you love to see it. Well, I've only got slash attacks at the moment because I don't have SP like that. I really crit him for 451. Like, I know we lowered his defense, but like, jeez. You did it? What? Alright, well, sadly, Akihiko can't do anything there. And neither can Yukari. Wow, that's really annoying for me. Okay, then. You know I need XP cards. Man, come on. Give me the money. 458 XP, that's nothing. Lunar dog suit. Okay. For Mario armor, was not expecting that. 130 plus 4 magic. Let's go. I think that's actually one of our best armors now. For Mario, what are your stats looking like with that? 49 magic? Honestly, not as good as I thought it was going to be. I mean, maybe I'm the crazy one. I still feel like Koromar is better than what his stats actually show. Having agility as your top skill, not always giving me the highest of hopes, but you know, I mean, he's best as boy for a reason. Nice to see that a rare chest didn't actually just give us like a homunculus like it does half the time, so that's kind of nice. Man, I need real enemies to fight over here. Anytime, it's just, you know. Like, all of these guys are so small, they're just not going to be worth any XP.
There are 3 enemies. Be careful. Enemy defeated.
Nice.
Defeated an enemy.
I know these guys are weak to wind from what I remember. Did it kill? Oromaru, please, why are you trolling? Our main continues the crit. Give me the money. 620 XP. What are levels looking like for actual characters wise? 11k currently, 18k, so like 20ish k. That's pretty gross. Surely there's gotta be a better way. I mean, I don't know how much the Reaper gives, but oh man, fighting the Reaper, and then Mitsuru is not ready at the moment. She's sick, I guess, so she is very much so. Should not have been brought here, but here we are.
3 dazed enemies. This is our chance.
Don't you block everything? I don't. Okay. Does that weapon have natural crit up right now? What's going on? I mean, I'll take it, don't get me wrong. There we go, best boy. That really only crit for 93? What? Oh, wait a minute. Did it go based off of Oromaru's damage through the co-op? Is that how that works? I figured it just added both of our, like, base attack up and then divided it by 2, something along those lines. More money, 450 XP. Surely. There has to be a better way for XP. Like, getting the 999 is gonna take, not 999, level 99 is gonna be so insane if not.
There are 3 enemies.
Every
Be
time I
careful.
just want to hit Maggie Dolan and I just never have an ESP. Feels bad. Are you kidding me, Akihiko? What is going on? Why am I getting trolled?
I'm worried
Akihiko,
about
please.
Akihiko Senpai.
Oh yeah, I think they resist wind magic or just outright block it. One of the two. Why are you getting crit so much, Akihiko? What is going
Senpai is unconscious.
What is going on here? Akihiko, please. What is happening to you? Well, I got at least one of the dice. Hey, now Akihiko's not gonna get the XP from this. Yukari should just auto-res him, so I shouldn't have to go out of my way to do that. But still, now he's not gonna get the XP from this. 1700. See, if we don't pull XP cards, like, the fight's just not even worth it at that point. Like, it's crazy how much of a difference it actually makes. Like, it's just wild.
Whoa, you collapsed. Let me heal you.
Now, we really gotta get, like, shuffle times and whatnot.
There are 3
Because
of them.
otherwise we are
Strike
getting
first.
nothing. This is like, this is normally a fine set for us, but without Mitsuru, then I don't have access to the ice damage to knock them all down like that. Dark Dog Suit. Why are we getting so much Oromaru gear? I mean, I'm for it, just why is this all coming now? Dark Dog Suit. A dog suit that's been dyed black. Oh, well, okay then. 130's got to be pretty close to, like, top tier
There are 2 of them.
defense. I have to imagine.
1 enemy left.
Alright, well, Beetles turned out still pretty easy to wreck. Almost 1200 all-out attack damage. Beautiful. Well, I don't have room for any more personas, though I can't use like any of my personas I currently have in order to make new ones. 85 and we can make a Asura, which surely should be good. I mean, if it's gonna take level 85 to get before you can even make him, surely this man's OP. Which I think we actually have everything we need for him now. Since it was like all sun cards and our sun arcana is maxed out. Give me all the shuffle times and they give me no XP cards. Life is pain. At least we're getting some bigger shadows on this floor.
Watch out! There are 4 enemies.
I forget. Are you guys just gonna block all of this? No. Alright, that works for me. Yukari takes less strike damage than Akihiko? Bruh. Very much so, bruh moment.
You're pretty good too, Takeba.
I won't miss. This thing won't work.
I'm pretty sure he has better base defense too, and I'm pretty sure his armor is better. At least I want to say it is.
There's 1 enemy
I've been
left.
waiting for this.
I wonder if Akihiko is going to learn Power Charge. I don't think he will, though. I don't think he does. I feel like if he's not going to learn Power Charge, then surely Junpei will learn Power Charge, like toward the end of his leveling here. Raphael, nobody cares. The robe, sure, why not? We have plenty of those at this point, so that doesn't really matter. Hikari, heals up. Up the 4 mil. Ah man, we're just... As soon as we hit up the police, man, we just made all the money.
3 days
Until
left.
then.
This is our chance. 2 more enemies.
Now's our chance.
I'm still not gonna have a real good way to get rid of this guy outside of, I think Mudon's fine to use on him. Of course, you know, it actually has to land, is the thing. You reflect electric from what I remember, so it's not even worth using SP for it either. I guess just start them. And then you block Pierce. Oh, Gomaro's cringe best boys. Which should give us a free shuffle time since we're going to finish it with all out attack, which should hopefully increase the chance of giving us an XP bar. Oh, babe. $1,600 XP. I mean, considering levels are 20k, it's not the best you ever seen, but it's certainly not bad. I'll take my mood on. And then Fire Amp for your final one, makes sense. So Koromaru doesn't get Mind Charge, feels bad, man. Although I mean, it's not like he's bad. I mean, he's got good dark attacks, and he's got Mahmood on, and now he's got Mudo boost, so that should give him like very high odds in terms of actually getting the instant kills off, and then he's gonna get Fire Amp, which will make his fire attacks a lot more viable. They're already good as is, but even more so. I would say I probably need to heal more, but I don't think this guy can actually do damage to me at this point. At least my mate. 543, we did get Pearl out of it. Palma boost, I mean that's good, but we don't really need this persona like that, is the thing. I'll keep taking the free full HP skill cards from them. I guess that's the best way of probably farming skill cards, is to just like save them a level before they give you the skill card, level them up once, have them give you the skill card, throw them away, and then re-summon them, so that way when you get them back, you only need one more level to then grab the skill card from them. That's probably the best way to farm cards in this game. Bring 9 XP, give it to me. Beautiful. At least with that, it's only like 20-ish fights a level, which is, you know, still not ideal, but better than nothing. There's gotta be a better way of doing this, and probably farming the Reaper, if I have to guess. The Reaper probably drops ultimate gear, if I had to imagine as well, so Reaper is definitely up on the chopping block. It's just a matter of when we want to go after him. Usually I need to be able to have the base HP to live through a Mind Charge Megi Dolan, and as soon as I reach that threshold, usually the Reaper fight is relatively easy. It's just getting to that point that is the issue. Am I crazy? Why is Yukari already out of SP? I mean, I know we've been using the full HP heal a lot, but it still feels like she's ran out relatively quickly. If we're going to be fighting the Reaper, though, sadly Koromaru is not one we want to take in there. The reason being is that only his fire skills are going to be usable. Which, I mean, he has heavy fire plus fire amp once we get him to that level, so it's not like it's bad, but he also only has one buff, and that's it. So, like, in terms of, like, boss fights, he generally tends not to be that good. But that's more so just because of how the boss fights are. But it makes sense, though. I mean, if you had bosses weak to insta-kill, people would just be trying to insta-kill the bosses. So it makes sense why he isn't as good for it, but he will always be bestest boy. The Fox could have been bestest boy, but you know they didn't turn him into an attacker. Maybe in the Persona 4 remake, that's definitely coming. Right. Yeah, surely they'll turn the Fox into a frontline attacker, right? Maybe give somebody else the Hermit Arcana. I guess just keep healing me up if you're not going to give me HP cards. Alright, 74, nice. We get heavy electric for him. He's going to learn electric amp. Makes sense to me. Only 2 more levels and then he gets electric amp. I say 2 more levels as if it's probably not going to be like 50k XP, but you know, when you only say 2 more levels, it doesn't feel as bad, right? That's how that works. Normally, if I encounter there, it's just if I don't have ice on me, that fight's just gonna take forever. Why are you scared? Why are you running? Why are you running?
Watch out! There are 4 enemies.
It showed him distressed, and yet when I load into the fight, none of these guys are distressed. I'm like, okay. I really need Victory Cry, but I'm pretty sure I would have to make Lucifer for that, and I know I don't have enough. I don't have all the ultimate Arcanas that I need in order to fuse them, from what I remember. 1700. We really got to get growth 3 on our people that we need. Muhammad, you can get rid of that. Blade of Fury, sure, why not? A little weird for you to learn that, but sure. 74 magic. Fuga, please skin the front line.
Watch out! There are 4 enemies.
Man, we really low rolled on all of that. Okay then. For Manuda. High odds plus mood on boost. And he managed to only hit 1 out of the dice. For Martin, please. Why are you growing?
They won't give up. There are 3 enemies left.
Heavy electric. It's early 32 SP. Akihiko really doesn't have an SP pool like that either, so that's gonna run him dry pretty quick. Not ideal. I do remember that the clock was cheaper today, so if we were gonna farm, which we should, it should be today with as many people as we can, so that way we can make use of the most money as we can, because we've seen how expensive the clock gets at, you know, 650k per usage, so if it's gonna be at least a little bit cheaper so I can get people some levels, then by all means. Rank 10 XP, 643, and that was a rank 10 XP card? Bro. I don't think Igari's gonna max out magic. That's unfortunate for me. I wonder if there's a world where she actually does, or she'll just never actually max out XP.
There are 2 of them, and they're shook up.
I don't think anybody's gonna max out a stat. Yet in Persona 4, I'm pretty sure Kanji maxed out his strength. And I want to say Yukiko also maxed out on magic too, like if we took him all the way to 99. So it's kind of strange to see if that isn't going to be a thing in 3. Although maybe they just get like really insane stat boost at like level 90 or something. Maybe like 90's the perfect spot where it just drops a ton of levels on you. I don't know. Man, all those guys were little too. Where are my big boys at? There we go. Perfect encounter for us as well.
They seem rattled. Enemy defeated.
You dodged? Are you serious? We'll get one shot by a basic attack. No XP card. Life is pain. Give me the money then, I guess. We already have plenty of access to Loki, especially with all the money that we have, so that's not an issue. If we really wanted to, we could just keep resummoning personas and just, you know, brute force our way into more personas, assuming that we have access to more right now, which I can't imagine that we just, you know, have found all the ones that we have available to. Are you kidding me? Alright. Really? Are we doing this right now? Bruh. Oh yeah, please try attacking me, see how that goes for you. Well, literally can't do anything outside of base attack these nerds with my main here. This is actually the only way they can do damage to my main, and I think that's actually why they're spamming Megiddo as much as they are. They're like, oh, I can't attack him. Well, time to spam Megiddo. I guess we'll throw this on Akihiko since he's dying over there. We should probably go back just for the SP, if anything, at this point. Bestest boy, hang in there. It'll be fine. Yeah, hopefully. I do like Akihiko's second persona. It's pretty nice. Definitely better than his first persona. Not that his first persona was bad, but his second persona is much better. Woohoo! Definitely needed that. Hi, 620? Well, I think it's time for an escape route. Get me out of here, Fuka. Heal the party, 582k, bro. The clock is cheaper, by the way. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't notice based on those prices, but yeah, apparently the clock is cheaper today. Right. Like, what? In what world, game? In what world? Is it just because it's going off of my, like, entire HP pool between everybody else? And that's why it's getting more expensive? Because I'm getting more levels, which is giving me more HP and SP, and then that's why it's like, oh, time to charge them $1 million so they use the clock. Is that what it is? I also don't know if the clock actually heals our entire party, like even the ones that are on standby, or if it's just specifically our party that's being used at the moment.
There are 3 enemies left.
Get him, Koromar.
Karutan defeated an enemy.
That still did 47 damage even while I was talking. Bruh. Okay.
2 enemies left.
Definitely probably could have just killed a little basic attacks, but it worked. Come on, XP card, please. Rank 10? Oh. Oh, don't suck. Oh, don't suck. We don't suck. Let's go. Look at that XP too. Man, that's like the enemy type to farm right now in terms of the XP they're giving me. You can already just throw down a heal, that's fine. If we're not going to be able to use Koromaru more or less in the giant boss fights, or the Reaper fight, or like Margaret, like maybe I need to put Koromaru on the bench, which feels so wrong, but like realistically,
There are
he's
3
basically
enemies.
only
Be
limited
careful.
to his heavy fire damage plus fire amp, essentially, since none of the bosses are gonna be weak to dark insta-kill, so he's basically AoE fire with fire amp and party agility and evasion up, and that's basically Koromaru in terms of like a boss fight
I'm
setting,
worried about Akihiko's
which kind
supply.
of, you know, makes it really hard to make use of them. So we might actually have to put Koromaru on the bench. In honor of Best Boy, though, we will get him his fire amp
Enemies left.
for his services so far in at least just clearing out Tartarus. We will at least give Bestest Boy that honor. But I think we gotta sideline him at that point because I can't really use him in boss fights like that, so. As sad as it is to say, it's just having AoE fired, it's just not good enough. Raising party evasion is sick, but that's the best you got, Koromar. I think people said in Reloaded they gave him Debilitate, which is actually, oh man, it certainly makes him a lot more viable, because at that point you could at least make more of an argument for him to be in boss fights, because even if his only thing is giving your party AoE evasion and accuracy plus giving you all the debuffs you could ever want on the boss, that's still like a good enough reason to take him in there. But when it's just but when the reasoning just becomes AoE fire damage, which may not actually make a difference, plus evasion boost, like it's just not enough value there. Mitsuru I can definitely take into boss fights because she has Mind Charge, and just like any of the games, whenever one of your party members has Mind Charge or Power Charge, they're basically more or less set up to be your boss killers due to that fact. It's just because none of the other... Unfortunately, Mind Charge and Power Charge are like a good skill and a bad skill because it allows you the DPS that you need to like actually kill bosses in a realistic amount of time, so that way the fights aren't as drawn out and whatnot. But also, as soon as one of your like base party members has it available to them, it essentially makes it so, I wouldn't say it makes the others irrelevant, but by comparison in damage, it kind of does. Which is like not ideal, but understandable why it is the way that it is. How they would go about fixing that, I guess if in order to fix it, I guess you would either have to give it to everyone or no one. But then if you give it to everyone, then everybody just mind charges or power charges, and you just only DPS, which then causes them to give them just ridiculous amounts of HP or defense, which then forces you to use Mind Charge or Power Charge. It causes a lot of issues.
There are 4 enemies.
Like, it really shouldn't be as bad off as it is, but I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong, I like seeing big numbers from Mind Charge and Power Charge. It's just, the fact that it makes some characters just as relevant as they are kind of sucks.
They won't give up.
You know, something tells me that Junpei is going to learn Power Charge, which, if that's the case, I definitely should be taking him into the Reaper boss fight. Anybody that can learn Mind or Power Charge is essentially what you generally want in the secret boss fight / like ultimate boss fight sort of thing, because you just need that damage. Unfortunately, Junpei, I still don't really like a lot of his skills. I mean, he has party defense up, which is always good. He has access to a lot of different physical types, which is nice. Physical is generally pretty good against the secret bosses and whatnot. Since a lot of times they'll do a little bit more than the magic attacks will. So that's kind of nice. Of course, you know, lowering your HP inside of a secret boss fight or like an ultimate boss fight is generally not considered ideal. I've seen worse. I mean, if you've seen when we fought the Reaper in Persona 4, I believe I ended up using Kanji and whatnot, and Kanji would use Power Charge Primal Force, which I'm pretty sure did like 500-ish damage or something. It was pretty ridiculous. It was very good, don't get me wrong. Oh man, we kind of shredded the Reaper in 4, thinking about it. If you guys haven't seen it, we have a boss fight video of the Reaper on Persona 4. And like, that man got bullied. Even a lot of people, it seems like, have skipped the Izanami boss fight, which, fair enough, it's not like the craziest boss fight you ever seen. But we end up fighting the Reaper also in that video. Because I was picking up chest as we were walking through, right? And yeah, apparently I hit enough chest to the point where I could activate the Reaper again. And I was like, there's no way this man's gonna appear in this next chest I'm gonna open. And then, well, he did. And, well, we fought him again, and he got dunked on, and then we moved our way on to Izanami, so, yeah. That was pretty hilarious. It was kind of really fun to dunk on him right at the end, too. Like, after it was such a pain to actually get him to spawn. And then to have him spawn without me even trying was, like, it was kind of funny, but it was also kind of annoying because it was like, really? I could have just waited until the Izanami boss fight to go ahead and go do this? But, such is life. Oh yeah, we also beat the Reaper in Persona 5, so if you're interested in the Reaper boss fights, then by all means go ahead and check out 4 and 5s. They should be in the Persona 5 and Persona 4 playlist respectively. They should. Of course, every video I have in there is for the specific video, so like Persona 5 has all the 5 and 4 has all the 4. Hey, shameless plug indeed. Hey man, you know, it's just, if people are watching 3, surely 4 and 5 is potential options to them, right? I mean, am I crazy for thinking that?
You found the enemy's weakness.
I really do want to do the Margaret fight because, oh man, when we did it in 4, that was, oh boy, the Margaret fight in 4 was insane. She cheated so hard, like, I'm very surprised I ended up winning. Not that I didn't play like well or nothing like that, it was just, they really made sure that you needed to have like ultimate everything. We're talking like level 99, every single ultimate weapon / ultimate ultimate armor. Like, it was a little much, some might even say. He also got cheesed very hard at one point. We got hit by a Maggie Dolan that did, you know, the casual 9,999. So it was like, oh, okay. Thankfully, we had things like Enduring Soul and whatnot to bring us back at full HP. But, yeah, that didn't really matter because I'm pretty sure she ended up actually hitting me with 2 of those. But, yeah, Persona 4 things. So, it's all good. Really? That wasn't enough to spawn a shuffle time? Bruh, I am getting trolled right now. Hey, please.
4 days enemies. Now's the time.
Alright, so once Koromaru gets his fire amp, we're gonna have to kick him out, and then we'll put Junpei back in. Because if he does actually learn Power Charge, then we'll probably end up using him, Mitsuru, and Yukari on the Reaper. That's the general team I'm thinking right now. Junpei at the very least can give me party defense, which will help me live against the Maggie Dolan spam. The Mind Charge Maggie Dolan spam at that. And then on top of that, Yukari's going to have the heals for us, and Mitsuru has Mind Charge. So if I have 2 power chargers, plus myself being a Mind Charger, like with 3 charges, we'll have the DPS to do it. The real question at that point will be how good will our survivability be? And that's always the question fighting the Reaper, because the Reaper is quite strong. Very strong even. Kind of like he's a... I guess you'd call him a secret boss, but I mean, we've seen him since what, maybe the 2nd or 3rd episode, so, you know. I still don't know how we managed to get him to spawn like that. Like, did we really stand in one spot like that in order to make that happen? Like, it's been so long ago, I really don't think I stood in one spot that long. I think I just got one of those Cursed Reaper rooms. I want to say that's it. Because, oh man, that dude. Oh man, it was like, I need to get out of here. Because had I had gotten attacked by the Reaper right there, I think I just would have died. Like, what could I have possibly done at that point? Literally nothing. Like, I wouldn't even be able to run away. Like, I would... At the best thing I could do, assuming that I actually got my turn before the Reaper, which I'm not really sure how I would at that point, considering he would be so much faster than I would. But I guess at that point I'd have to use one of the escape from battle gems in order to be able to get out of there, because I think I had those at the time. But yeah, we didn't have too many of those, so that would have been unfortunate to have to use it that early. But thankfully, we were able to run right past him and get out of there. It was very spooky, though. Like, it absolutely could have hit me, and then we would have got wiped in the 2nd or ish video or whatever. Oh man, that would have been so sad.
That's the last one.
Only 1 enemy left.
Man, this enemy setup is annoying without Mitsuru, but they're the ones giving us all the XP, at least by comparison, compared to the other enemies that we're fighting on these floors. Kind of forced to fight them in terms of actual XP, and we really only gone up 1 level for, oh, this is gonna be such a drag. Visionary is going to give us something at 86, and we're also going to learn Salvation, which is insane. So that's definitely something. I don't know what I'm going to give up for it, though. I think I give up God Hand for it. Either that or the arts. I'm not sure if 2 heavy strikes is actually the equivalent to severe strike or not, because if it is, this might just be better than God Hand, and it is AoE. Although if it only hits once, then God Hand will probably be better. But it also makes it a lot better for just like casually clearing. I guess we could make a more boss fight focused persona. Although considering our Vishnu is basically immune to everything but 2 elements, is it really that far off to say that he's a potential, at least a candidate for being a boss killer? I still wonder who is like the boss killer persona for 3. Because there always is a boss killer in Persona games. There's just like one persona that just does truly so much damage. Like in 4 and 5, you have Yoshi, which if you don't know about Yoshi, well, you know, I'm pretty sure he's like a rank 5 persona, or like a 5 fusion persona, maybe even a 4 fusion. And, well, I'm just gonna say he learns Mind Charge, or not Mind Charge, but Power Charge. He might also learn Mind Charge. But he does Power Charge, and he has a move exclusive to him. That's all I'm gonna say. If that already interested you enough, by all means, look into that persona if you're wanting to kill basically any boss in the game. I mean, it's just absolutely, that persona is just absolutely insane.
There are 3 enemies. Be careful.
This is a chore, though, that not having access to another elemental skill. Of course, we have all the protection for our persona, which is pretty sick. Although that also encourages bosses to spam Megidolin on us in order to actually do damage, which, as you can imagine, is not ideal. But, we can make it happen. Alright, so me and Koromar are absolutely gonna have to just take care of these guys because, yeah, Yukari and Akihiko are basically useless in this fight. Wow, Koromar gets rich there. What the heck, Kor? I should probably just, I'm gonna let Koromar clear it.
Koro-chan's hurt. Please help him.
Mahmood on wine. Mahmood on plus Mudo boost, by the way, bruh. What are insta-kill skills in this game? For real, for real? Like, I'm always missing somehow. I feel like they might have increased the hit rate on insta-kill skills a little bit. That might just be a little biased because I'm really not getting all too many, as much as I think I should at least. When I have a high odd insta-kill chance plus a boost to it. Like, surely, even if you're neutral, that's gotta be above 50%, right? So, I mean, telling me I'm losing like every 50-50 right now on like multiple enemies at that? Like, come on, man. Where are my XP cards? What is going on here? Like, we had videos where we were pulling XP cards for days and life was good, and now, like, it's just ain't happening. Oh, jeez, 4 more levels for Koromar learn. Fire amp? Oh, bruh. Oh, jeez. Really? Koromar, please. Why are you like this? This might be a Minotaur. Nah, this is a regular rock boy.
There's 1 enemy. Only 1 enemy left.
In what world does this man get turn order before Koromar when this man's only stat is speed? How is this possible?
They seem rattled.
The Reaper fight. I mean, I guess we're gonna be fighting the Reaper at some point. We should probably have a plan of action against him, huh? So I'm thinking, at the very least, I feel like debuffs would be very nice. I mean, I don't think Debilitate actually exists in Persona 3. I want to say it doesn't, considering I haven't seen it so far, but maybe it does. Maybe it's just on extremely limited personas.
There are 2 enemies.
Which is fair, considering as strong as it is.
2 enemies left.
Still, man. Aye. Alright, well, I managed to get one of the rock root. one of the rock dudes. Of course, it wasn't the ones that I needed.
Hang in there.
But yeah, I'm thinking debuffs, buffs, power charge, mind charge.
Only one enemy left.
So we're gonna have one buffer, one debuffer, one healer, and one DPS. Really more so 2 DPS. The debuffer is also probably gonna be a DPS, but also the buffer could be. I'm not entirely sure on which one will be, but we will have 2 DPS. One of them naturally being my main character. So we'll have Yukari heal. If Junpei does learn Power Charge, then he'll go ahead and be one of our attackers. That or we could have Mitsuru be. I wonder if the Reaper's weak to any status effects. I highly doubt it, though. I very much so highly doubt it. Kind of feels like copium. Even just saying this man would be available to status effects. Like, surely they wouldn't allow me to panic him, so he couldn't use magic spells. Like, I just do not see that happening. And I'm sure if I throw up any reflection barriers, he's just gonna mind charge Maggie Dolan, or he's going to power charge and then do some physical skill. Which I think I would rather have him be using magic skills, because magic really don't be critting like that, at least compared to physical skills, by comparison. So if I'm gonna be getting hit by AoE skills, I guess I would rather have it be magic skills, although at least with physical skills, I wouldn't really be getting knocked down due to the fact that I don't think we have any people that are necessarily weak to physical skills. So if that's the case, maybe I'd rather have him use physical skills, but then they crit so much more often, and then I'm sure the Reaper has more than above average luck, so considering that, he might crit more, then it's like, boy. I think I would still rather have him be using magic on me. Which, if we're gonna have him be using magic on us, then I definitely want to make sure, if it's possible, that I get the elemental resistance items that are specific to the characters, like giving Yukari electric resistance, giving Mitsuru fire resistance, and then giving Junpei ice resistance, which should then ring up everything as either neutral or blocked, in which case, but then the Reaper might just spam Miggy Golden anyways, because then he's gonna be like, well, I don't have anybody that's weak to anything that I do. So it might just end up being Mind Charge Miggy Dolan Reaper, which is always fun and interactive. Of course, the thing about Mind Charge Miggy Dolan Reaper is the fact that he can only do so much damage. And you might be like, what do you mean by that? Well, Mind Charge Miggy Dolan, while extremely powerful, still can only do so much damage. Like, if I put attack down, defense up, and... or attack down and defense up... yeah, attack down, defense up. Even with Mind Charge Miggy Dolan, I think at that point, he literally can't one-shot me, which if Yukari heals me the full HP every turn, I think we just win. So ideally, with all this farming, we're going to get to the point where we can live through a Mind Charge Miggy Dolan, and if that's the case, I think we kind of just win. Because we have, like, we really haven't used a lot of our items that we've gotten for Tartarus, especially a lot of the mini-boss items. I'm pretty sure we have, like, 5 Somas or something, which ideally I'd rather save for, like, the Margaret boss fight, so... ideally, I don't have to use as many, if any, of those on the Reaper. Something tells me I'm not that lucky, but on the off chance that I don't, life would be a lot easier. I really wish Debilitate was a thing. It feels like Heat Riser is a thing due to one of the Persona fusion things. It was like, gives you every Tanja skill or whatever, which is essentially equivalent to Heat Riser. So then we could have somebody just pass essentially every single buff to our DPSer. That way they'll make sure that they live, and then they can just focus down the Reaper without two real big of scares. And then we could give one to the healer to make sure they live through a Mind Charge Megidol. And then I wouldn't say that we're home free at that point, but it'd certainly be much better for us overall. That's like the general idea of how I think this Reaper fight's gonna go. I mean, we have a little bit of experience with the Reaper fight thanks to 4 and 5. That doesn't necessarily mean they won't change it up from 3, but I think 3's would have to be a bit more basic just because of 3 being an earlier game sort of thing. Because, I mean, I guess not too much has really changed, right? I mean, we still have heavy skill. He might use severe skills, which is kind of spooky. Talking like Panta Ray, Thunder Rain, and stuff like that. Although surely he wants to damage as many of my people as he can, which if that's the case, he shouldn't really be using severe skills. Outside of Megidolin, of course, because Megidolin thinks, but that's just Almighty being Almighty. At the very least, none of our people are weak to Almighty. That's always nice. Wait, really? Once I have Koromaru and myself go ahead and knock one of these two down. The Margaret fight, I don't even know what I'm going to have to do. I think it's going to have to revolve around that, what was it? Argamendon? It was like deal ultimate damage to all foes or something like that. It was also extremely expensive to make, which usually if you're going to make something saying ultimate damage and make it so you have to farm for it forever, then surely that's what you're looking for. I wonder if it's the equivalent to like when they dropped the 9,999 Megidolin, because if that's the case, then we could probably like nuke the Reaper with it. Although I'd rather save something like that for the Martyr fight or something. I don't know how much HP the Reaper has, but surely they wouldn't make it to the point where you could just one-shot the Reaper using that item. Surely it has more than 9,999 HP, which is, you know, spooky all on its own. And people are gonna be like, why did you run right there? But it's because I didn't have Yukari, and I also have no SP, and Akihiko's half health, so like none of that spelled good things for me. Man, a big boy. Alright, I need the XP.
There are 4 enemies. Attack!
Really, all of this is like prep for Margaret. Because Margaret will be 100 times harder than the Reaper. If 4 has shown me anything, and 5 fighting the twins, then yeah, Margaret, no, like the Reaper is a joke by comparison. So that is, I'm sure I'm gonna rage at that boss fight at some point or another. Kind of like when I got hit by the 9,999 Megidol. Well, that was good times, good times. We still need to beat the giant boss fights, though, the giant shadow boss fights, which I do want to do at some point. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to farm an entire electric resistance set for my team against the Hermit boss fight. And the reasoning is he just mind charges Megidolon charge Giga Spark, and literally anybody that isn't immune to electric just insta dies. Which, if that's the case, it basically forces me into doing it. which isn't an impossible feat to farm all that out. It's just going to take a lot longer, which makes me want to go grab one of the growth 3 cards off the antique store lady, because she has access to growth 3 cards, in which case I could slap it on an Odin, just farm up regularly, and then as soon as it gives me the electric nullification item, then I can discard him. But if I have him updated with the growth 3 card before he gives it to me, then I can resummon him, level up once, get the item from him again, and then I'll have a full party worth of electric resistance, in which case we'll be able to go ahead and basically fight that fight. The only problem, I think, will be that he will continue to spam Mahmoudon if I have a full team electric resistance, because he won't be able to do anything. But that's also assuming the computer's smart enough to know that I have a full team of just people fully resistant to it, which is potentially a thing. But if it is, though, then it's just gonna spam Mahmoudon on me to death. And then that's just a matter of how lucky I am to kill it before I end up dying to the Mahmoudon spam on my main character. Which is not exactly ideal, as you could probably imagine. Just playing RNG and oh, can I beat this boss before I get instant killed to death? Like, to which some people might say just buy like infinite homunculus or whatever, which is a potential possibility, but homunculus still costs like a lot of resources here. And we are definitely hitting like 99 strength in magic and 99 luck on Vishnu here. Endurance and agility are still getting there, but we have things like those king and queen items that we can make in order to get him the rest of his endurance and agility. No, I'm not too sure how much I will necessarily need for either. Endurance getting to 99 would be ideal though, so we would take the absolute like minimum amount of damage from a majority of enemies, which, as you can imagine, is pretty good against secret bosses.
Alright, good job.
Man, he's just barely tanky enough to take both those, huh? Poor Var, please.
That's the last one.
So I'm thinking that's how we go about those fights, but until then, we kind of just gotta farm it up here. People are probably saying at this point, like, I should probably just take out Koromaru if that's the plan, if I'm not even using him on those. But it's the principle of the matter, man. He's been best boy for us. How could I possibly do him as dirty as to not even get him all of his skills?
And they're shook up.
He's also not required in any of the
The enemy's balance.
giant shadow boss fights either, so people are probably even more like, why build him up more as a result?
One more.
Which is fair. He's best boy, how could I not build him up? Good, Akihiko hits 76. And for replacing boost kind of blows. Because in 4 and 5, I want to say at least 4 they stack. 5, I don't think they stack, but I don't quite remember. I think the wording might have been weird on 5, but 4 I know they stacked, and like that hit hard. As you can probably imagine, with a 75% electric boost. But yeah, no, only at a 50%, not to say that it's bad, but like it's not the greatest you ever seen. Akihiko is probably not the greatest for the Reaper either, only because he only has, well, he is a debuffer, so it's like there's potential use for him, but I'm not entirely convinced.
Keep your guard up at all times. 2 enemies to go.
You want to enrage Koromaru? Do you have you got a death wish or something? What are you doing?
Don't overdo it.
I think Mitsuru comes. I think Hikari is basically forced to come, because if I'm not going to be healer, then I'm not going to have another healer.
Jeez, that went
So, it's basically just forced at that point, which is unfortunate. I really do wish they gave at least somebody else a little more healing. I'm pretty sure it's Ken that has the other set of healing, but I don't want to feel Ken, man. Like, well, that's what they get for provoking poor Mario. I mean, I don't know what they expected on that one. Where are my XP cards, man? This is just, come on. Yeah, we really don't have SP on anyone? Alright, well, back to escape route. Alright, yep, heal the party, 517k, great. That's great. I would say maybe we do a giant shadow boss fight, but it would either be the Hermit, like Fortune and Strength, or the Hanged Man, and we're all under level for those fights. I mean, the Hermit, we're on par, but we're just gonna get cheesed to death if we don't have the electric setup, so. There is that. Although, I guess, do I have Odin on me right now? I do. Thunder Rain, one more. I should give him Growth 2 right now. I'd love to give him Growth 3, but I don't have it on me right now. So we'll go ahead and Growth 2 Odin. Should have done this, like, at the very beginning if we were going to do this. But we'll get rid of Evil Touch for it. The idea being is that now I can have him just build up XP while I'm farming, and that way I can keep using Vishnu, the level up Vishnu, so that way we can have him ready, but also so this way we can get the electric items we need for Hermit, the Hermit fight, and then hopefully that'll be enough for us to go ahead and make that fight even remotely possible. Because anybody that's not electric immune is just dead in that fight. Like, that is actually the gimmick of that fight. Which, if you've seen our other videos, which I should have up before I throw this one up, of our earlier Giant Shadow rerun boss fights, you'll see that they're a lot more gimmicky than they originally came through, naturally. I mean, it's in the Boss Rush S style. And, well, that kind of means that they're going to be a bit cheekier than they came through, which you'll see some pain in some of the fights. Sometimes the RNG goes extremely bad for me, and sometimes you just get CC'd to death and there's actually nothing you can do about it, which is a beautiful thing. Very, very good boss design. But, you know, when you don't, I mean, that's probably just like the absolute worst rules that I ran into at points. Which is unfortunate, but understandable. Well, yeah, I mean, we beat over half of the Shadow boss fights now. It's just a matter of these last three are going to be so gimmicky, I can already tell. Like, the Hermit right now, as soon as I get a team full electricity resistant people, I think that fight is going to be absolutely doable. Fortune and Strength, I don't think will be too bad, but they're also level 90, and then I can get screwed over by the roulette gimmick, so there is that. The Hanged Man, something tells me the statues are going to be insane to keep knocking down. And he'll probably be like level 95 or level 99, so, you know, we'll have to deal with that, which is already a headache in and of itself, as you can probably imagine. I'm like really hoping the Reaper actually gives good XP right now, so that way I can actually farm him instead of the regular shadows. Because something tells me if he does give XP, it's going to be good XP, which will make our lives so much easier. Especially if he ends up giving like I don't know, like 5k a kill or something like that, we could kill him 4 times for a level up. Assuming we can like speedrun kills on him too. Like surely we could just go up a floor, wait like a minute or two, then kill him again, and then kill him again, sort of thing. And then that way we don't have to wait on XP cards to realistically get us enough XP for level ups, which make life a lot easier. Usually Mind Charge Maggie Dolan does about 500-ish HP, which I'm at 481 with my main right now, which is definitely he'll kill me. Yukari, I think, looking at Yukari's HP, I think Yukari's dead no matter what. Unless I give her the ring that gives her HP up by 30%, in which case I think she would actually have enough HP to live through Maggie Dolan just based off of purely HP tank. Junpei with the levels will absolutely hit the HP threshold enough in order to live, so that's not a problem. Mitsuru, giving her a few more levels and she'll reach the point of being tanky enough to live through it, so we're getting very close in terms of actually doing it. I will have to buy like a 30% HP increase ring for Yukari, I think. I don't think there's really a way for me to get around that. It's just her base HP is so low to the point where I think even at 99 he could probably still one-shot her. Although if I have the defense up plus attack down, I think we would be fine at that point. I think that'd be enough of a damage resistance in order for her to get to the point of living through it. But that's all experimental. We would actually have to get into the Reaper boss fight in order to really test those out. That really only gave 1k HP. Oh boy. We're really just reaching that point, aren't we?
There are 2 of them. Attack!
Although, if we're gonna do the Reaper fight, we would definitely need to make sure that our party is set up, which if I'm... Gotta get Junpei in there. And then once I level him up, we'd be pretty much fine. Considering Mitsuru's more or less there. I mean, she might need like a level or 2, but she's basically there. She has all of her skills too. Hikari hits 82, nice. Again, endurance increase, you'll love to see it. Getting Yukari's magic up, of course, would always help in case she was ever to do damage, but really we just need the endurance on her up. Although with the 30% HP ring, that would probably be good enough no matter what her stats were. Just purely off of HP. Mitsuru, I mean, I think we would have to throw maybe like 30 levels on her and she would live. Even if our people live with 1 HP, as long as Yukari's fast enough, she has the full HP heal now.
Another enemy down. 9 to go.
I think if I give Vishnu more endurance, or as he levels up, we should get to the point where our main character's base HP combined with endurance would be enough to live through Maggie Dolan. So I don't think we necessarily need to get a ring for him. I'm more so convinced that we'll need one for Yukari. I'm not sure there's a way around it. I mean, she's at 400 base. If we assume that Maggie Dolan Mind Charge hits for 500 at least, then she dies every time. Like, there's just no way around it. And that would be me losing a healer, and that's just, and that would be my healer that's getting everyone else up, which, as you can imagine, would be quite an issue. Of course, I could play second healer and just let Mitsuru and Junpei take care of the Reaper, but who doesn't want the main character to get in a DPS role, you know? I mean, who plays an RPG and I'm like, and you're like, yeah, man, I want my main character to be the healer. And I'm like, yeah, okay, right, like, you know. How long till our next main character level up here? 20k XP, jeez. Bruh. Oh man, really? 409, yeah, then 28k for Yukari, but she just leveled up, so it makes sense. Consider still gonna take a minute. Akihiko is level 76. Akihiko's getting to the point where he can almost eat it. Koromaru could eat it at this point, it's just I don't see him doing enough in the fight to bring him, unfortunately. The Reaper is also extremely tanky, like this man takes no damage, so somebody like Koromaru hitting him is, I don't expect him to do, I wouldn't say any damage, that's probably a little too much, but I really would not expect him to be doing the numbers I need him to, especially considering he's not going to have Mind Charge or Power Charge. I suck so much, I hate life. Life is pain. We can make Beelzebub now, I believe. Of course, we would have to throw away like all of our personas just to open up the space in order for us to create Beelzebub, which is, as you can imagine, not ideal. Pretty sure you resist everything physical. We can still drop the Mind Charge though. This dude has like 999 health though, so you know, I don't expect it to kill him, but you know, decent damage. Pretty sure he's weak against Dark Insta-Kill from what I remember. Which, Koromaru with Mabudo boost plus weak plus high odds should be good enough. Nice. Bestest boy. 271 XP is pretty pathetic, but diamonds I need for, I believe Argamendon as well as Megidolan. But we already had our Megidolan, because we put on Vishnu, so now we can just throw them all at Argamendon, which is probably the way. There was also one other one I was interested in, which was invincibility for the entire party for one turn. I'm pretty sure that's what I would need for something like the Martyr boss fight. If I just made enough of those, you could probably just cheese that fight with just invincibility every turn, plus, you know, you just doing damage. Not the way that I'd want to play it, but I'm really hoping that the fight doesn't bank off of stuff like that. But it's also an ultimate secret boss, so I mean, you know, you gotta go the cheesiest you can get, I guess, especially when the boss is gonna be as cheesy as you are, so, you know, you gotta keep that in mind as well.
There are two of them, and they're shook up.
You know, for having 95 luck, I feel like I should be getting a lot more crits than I am. I forget if luck plays into your evasion as well or not. I want to say it does, but I haven't actually looked at the actual formula for evasion for something like this game, so it'd be hard to say, but it would make sense, you know, if you're really lucky to dodge more often, to be like, wow, that's pretty lucky. You know, sort of thing, but...
There are two enemies.
Is it even worth Megidolan these guys? I mean, I guess it is. My basics do a lot, though. So. Of course, it's only hitting one person at that point. Can you kill either one of these Koromar? Well, if you crit him, you absolutely will. 171 crit. Damn, so bad. His weapon strength isn't even weak either. Like, I'm pretty sure it's 300 plus. It's just like his base strength is not where I need it to be. I mean, they did say Koromaru wasn't the strongest, but I mean, he's the bestest boy. How could I not at least use him a little?
There are three enemies. Be careful. Keep it up.
Are you kidding me? A beetle dodged me? Are you serious? That doesn't feel very lucky. Wait a minute. Okay. If you insist. Which is kind of hilarious considering, you know, you can't even damage it. Oh, is that why you didn't go for him? Because you literally can't damage him from the co-op?
Only one enemy left.
Bruh. Okay, well,
Hang in there.
I definitely could have damaged the rock a little more had I not done that. But, I mean, I see a co-op, I press yes. Yeah, you know how. If you know, you know. I took 0 damage from that Megiddo. Not that I would expect myself to take a whole bunch from it. Maybe in this game really does not feel as strong as it should be. But then why do all the secret bosses have it? Well, you know, secret boss stats, they don't care what is used. It's just secret boss stats plus whatever skill equals good. I mean, I'll make the rules. I just fight secret bosses that play by them. That's all. Oh, apparently it's just me and Akihiko. I forget I can do this with less people. Honestly, that might be worthwhile just for the XP increase. But then I'm not leveling up 4 people at the same time, but if the XP increase is that much greater, then maybe it's worthwhile. I mean, soloing, at least for our main, is a realistic option. Thunder Rain, I forget what I got rid of for this. Raylord. Iodine for sure. Get rid of that, and then you learn Natural Spell Master, which is a beautiful thing. You're absolutely not changing Growth 2, don't even try it. Was it 1 more level until he learned what he needed to learn? Because I should update him to level 4. Okay, we got 2 levels before he learns it. Gotcha.
There are 3 enemies.
How are we always one person down in these fights? They just get stuck on walls. Not that I'm like really concerned about it in a group like that, but still. Rank 7. Oh, my life is pain. I hate everything. Come on, you Gari. Give me this. Money. Sure, why not? Bruh. 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 Can you guys move out of the way? Holy crap. Get out.
4 dazed enemies.
I'm getting trolled so hard by my own teammates right now. I'm like, what's going on here?
Now's our
The
chance.
enemy's down. Attack again.
Are
3
you?
enemies
Oh
left.
my! You're really still alive though? I'm pretty sure you're immune to fire from what I remember.
It's weak against electricity.
Yeah, you are.
Are you okay? Please be more careful.
I'll be fine. Don't you worry about it. Am I really gonna have the Mahmood on this? Really now?
1 enemy to go. Just 1 more.
I definitely could have used single target there, but save a little SP, but here we go. At least it was enough to guarantee the shuffle time. Of course, didn't get any XP cards on this one, so that kind of kills that, but alright, well. Bruh, I'm starting to see why people don't want to farm the 99 to fight people like Margaret and whatnot, at least for this game. 4 honestly was not bad in the farm him. As long as he knew how to manipulate spawns, much more golden hand spawns, of course, but if he knew how and where the spawn manipulate golden hand spawns, it really was not that bad. It still took long, like, don't get me wrong, but like compared to something like this,
I've been
yeah.
waiting for this.
You can't even spawn manipulate here because the golden hands don't give it. You could probably still spawn manipulate golden hands, but they're such a pain in this game. Like, it's not, honestly, it's not even worth it unless you're just that diehard of going for the ultimate weapons. Then, you know, go for it. But I don't see it being worthwhile. How many more levels do we want? I mean, realistically, if I can get 85, that'll at least give me access to Asura, which is our strongest persona level-wise, at least. He's also going to get the level 10 social link bonus, so that's probably going to put him up to like level 90-ish by himself. And surely if he's that strong in that level already, plus you have to have like the Pentagon leveling or something for him, like that's just... Surely this man's good. Surely. Oh man, rank 10, 1500 XP is nothing. What are we looking at? Okay, still for another level. Vishnu, please. At least level up faster than me. We should max out strength and magic, though. Of course, magic is being carried by some of my equipment, but I don't think going over level 99 is a thing. I mean, I think you can go over it, but I think going over level 99 doesn't actually mean anything, if that makes sense. So.
This is our chance.
Rank 8 XP, give to me. 1300 XP, sure, I'll take it. Something's happening, the Blade of Fury. I think it's okay, but sure, why not? Send it. Repel Dark, though? Okay, alright. Caesar's leveling up. Good. It says Yukari actually have more endurance than Akihiko. Wait, that has to... Surely that's a joke, right? 46? 46. Yukari has as much endurance as Junpei, to be fair. He's 17 levels under, so okay, that'll be fixed at some point. Mitsuru has +2 to all stats, so that's kind of cheating, but she has more than... Mitsuru is what? What? What is life? Wait a minute. Yukari has more endurance than Akihiko and Mitsuru. And at this level, Junpei, but he's also 17 levels under, so that will change at that point. But he really has less than Yukari. That's why. She might. She probably has more than Koromara at this point. Like what? How are you gonna tell me she has like the second highest endurance? At least of the people that I got right now. Alright, 2 more levels for 75 or 77, and then we can throw out Koromara, Sad Days, for Junpei, and then we can get him Reaper fight ready, and then we can, by that time, hopefully, we'll be ready with Mitsuru and Akihiko, and go ahead and do that. Are you getting me? Alright, Koromara, surely you won't. Okay, alright. I don't want to use your SP, I want to keep it all for healing. Why was it high accuracy? Right. Agility up, strength and luck, sure. Vishnu is actually gonna max out on luck. Even though luck never seems to really do all that much for me, it kind of feels like a fake stat, honestly. Maybe I just, you know, maybe I'm lit. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. People might be like, what? People in the comments be like, oh, it actually looks like the best stat in the game, and here's why. And I'll be like, yeah, okay. Right. It definitely won't be true. That's right.
Here's our chance for an all-out attack on the Atom.
Koromara is really not going to get a second awakening, huh? I guess they assume that Cerberus is just a natural rank 2. He's also a doge that has a persona, so you know. I guess he gets a pass in that regard, but it still seems kind of strange. I still would have liked to see him get a second persona.
3 enemies. They also
And Sanjiro never got a second persona, I think, but also, you know, ripped to Sanjiro, so. Oh man, ripped to that guy. I don't think he was honestly very good. Like, I think he did a lot of damage, like, for sure, don't get me wrong, but he also didn't have any support skills or anything like that, so it was like, I have damage, and it was like, oh, okay. And you know what? Sometimes that's not good enough. Strength, endurance, agility, okay.
There are 3 enemies. Be careful.
Really? Really?
2 enemies left.
Pretty sure you're weak to win on the opposite. Oh, you block or even reflected? Great. Surely you're not missing. Oh, you're just one-shotting? Yeah, that'll work. 501 XP. Apparently, I need to run in those guys more. 500 XP for that, bro. And they dropped rubies. I need one of those floors where I can farm on, where it's like, oh, you get double the drops or whatever on this floor. Of course, whenever I stay on the floor too long, then the Reaper's gonna start reading at me, but such is life. Not that we're ready to go and fight him like that. Are you serious? I was trying to get initiative, but he kept running around.
Watch out. There are 4 enemies.
You'd think we would get guaranteed crits on anybody that was this stressed with, what, 96 luck or something like that, man?
Enemy defeated.
Just 2 more to go.
Damn, poor more. That really did 98 damage. How? His base weapon is like 300 plus. Is his strength really just that low to make it like, to make it that bad? Like, that's crazy. I don't remember how much HP my main was going up each level up. Because the more HP I can get, the faster I can do. Of course, if I get more endurance and whatnot with Vishnu, that should also help cut down on the damage, plus debuffs, so that's also a thing. But unfortunately, Mitsuru is sick right now, and keeping her in the party apparently is a chance for other people to get sick. We have yet to actually happen to where the sickness was passed on to other people. But if that's the case, she can't really be in the party at the moment because I really can't be having that right now. The fact that I have nothing that works on these guys with 2 more people right now is just sick though. That really only hit Yukari for like 30 damage. I mean, it's only Megiddo, right? Oh, rank 7 XP, give it to me. I'm not dumb, I'm not dumb. Hey, nice. 1900 XP, still not enough, but it's working. I do need to go back down and register Odin at this point, so that way I keep the growth, then he'll be 1 level away from dropping the item. And then maybe next video we'll be able to do the Hermit fight at least. The only way I see myself getting cheesed on that fight once I have an entire team with electric immunity is getting cheesed by Mahmoud on. Which is very much so a thing. So if I bring myself with dark resistance as well as electricity resistance, or outright nullification, then me and Koromaru would be safe if I gave him the electric immunity item. So then I guess it could just be in Vesta's boy fight, which seems very strange, but then again, if the boss can literally not hurt you, then does it really matter how many people you have with you? Unless there's like a hidden timer or whatever where he just ends up just Maggie Dolan instant one-shotting me, which I don't think has been a thing so far. So, although he does have Maggie Dolan, which I guess at that point he would just spam and I would be the only one to heal us. So I'd have to like heal every time and then have poor Mara do the damage. Which is, you know, it's probably possible. It might take forever. Rank 10 XP, nice. Still nothing. Like, it's just, even with rank 10 XP at this point, just the XP requirements are so insane it just does not matter. I mean, maybe, like, before I fight Nyx, we would be able to do it. In which case, maybe the floors going up to Nyx has OP. Shadows will fight for hefty XP, but, I mean, I don't know. And if I get to the point where I'm stuck fighting Nyx and I can't go back to go fight the other people, that would suck so much after all the prep, so that's why I don't want to, like, rush into it, but I also don't want to look up if that ends up being the case or not, because I don't want to ruin it for myself in that regard. So then it's like, well. This rage, really? I mean, I guess it's okay, considering I can't really remove rage like that. Still. What? How much XP Odin have? I don't want to have to re-level him if possible, or at least only have it be one level each time. 1800 XP, okay, so he's getting there. Slowly but surely. I should only have to do it 2 times? Yeah, because I think I have 1, plus I have natural immunity, thanks to Vishnu. So then if I use Vishnu, although I'm weak to Mahmudon, although if that tricks him into using Mahmudon now, more, but then that also means I'm more likely to get hit by Mahmudon. In which case I don't have to multi-list like that, so that's... It also leaves the rest of our party more vulnerable too. 1851 XP. This guy's still leveling up because of reasons. I don't even know if I want him to have these levels, and you might be like, why is that? The thing is, like, I only really need it for Samsara, right? It's kind of like Alice, where you just get die for me, and you're like, okay, that's all I really need you for. You know, like, it doesn't really matter what level you are, because die for me and Samsara are just that broken up skills. So I don't know if I'll end up keeping that version of him either. And we've already passed off Samsara to like 2 or 3 different personas, so there is that. Holy shoes. Holy shoes are pretty good from what I remember. We will definitely need like legitimate evasion going into the Margaret fight as well as the Reaper fight and whatnot. So as much fun as rocking the 38 evasion for the +3 magic on the magic sandals was, I think we're kind of past that point. Which people are probably like, you think? But, you know. You're gonna provoke Koromar? This man just, he doesn't understand what he's doing.
Only one enemy left.
Alright, I'll take it. No shuffle time left. Pain. Life is pain. Really? Fine then, you wanna be like that?
4 enemies. They seem rattled. Rank 10 XP should be right here. Nice.
another 1500 XP. That's a level for me. 484 HP though. That's really still only 484 XP. It said my HP and my SP increased, but I don't really believe it. Kind of Xing the doubt right now. And that is Golden Hand right there. I mean, if I had the opportunity to go after them, I'll attempt to do so, but not exactly convinced of my chances here. Especially when he's right next to a wall, he's just gonna instant run away.
A surprise attack. There's only one.
I have just enough for Big Doll. It's over, Golden Hand. Goal.
Great battle.
Oh yes, I worked so hard for that one. And I get a glorious coin, which is just straight up money. Bruh. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, money is money, right? But
Watch out.
that's not
There are
ultimate
4
weapon
enemies.
material. That's all I'm saying. Pretty sure Beelzebub gave us ultimate gear in 5. Whether or not that same logic applies to 3, I don't know, but surely it would. I also thought Susano would have given us ultimate weapon for maybe even our main character, considering it's the Fool Arcana and us being, you know, the Fool being the whole MC and all that. You think that would be the one, but apparently not. Also, we got a knife for Koromara, which I don't know what Persona is using a knife like that for Koromara to get an ultimate weapon, but alright. Maybe like the ultimate strength Persona or something, maybe? That'd be my guess anyways. You know, like the strength or the chariot or something, you know, fighter-esque. It's probably just like a Minotaur or something. Right? Well, we have actually 0 SP. I gotta make sure that Odin does a level up so that way I can farm that item off of him. So we'll go ahead and heal up. 450k, yep, that's a lot of money. Alright. Register Personas, register Odin. Register Vishnu. I mean, I guess. This is probably a better version than what I have. So we'll go ahead and do that. I guess we have Nullify and Repel Dark now, which is pretty troll. We're only, what, 82 or something ourselves? 83? Really? Just that one chariot so I can't make Alice? That's so annoying. 89 for Lucifer. And you require, I know that star one, I'm like 99, like 90% sure that's the ultimate persona for the star. Which we won't get because we're not going to be able to max out the rifle in time. So we can't make Lucifer anyways. All the other ones we have though for it, which is really unfortunate in that regard. For the Hexagon though, of course we only need Alice. But, you know, we can't make Alice, so. Still don't know why there's 2 Susanoo here. The only thing I can think of is the second Susanoo being changed into whatever the world ultimate Arcana would, or ultimate Persona would be. And then Asura. 2 levels for Asura. Bruh, like, I want him at this point just to see how potentially broken he is. Because surely at 85, you gotta be up there. I mean, Lucifer's always been broken because he generally gets like rallying cry and whatnot. But yeah, we are going to go ahead and call this farming video here for the time being because that's all I got time for the moment. Not to say that wasn't like 2 hours long or anything. Just to go up, well, like 2 or 3 levels. Oh man, that blows. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching. We will be doing the Reaper very soon. I wanted to do it much sooner than this, but Reaper prep takes time, man, and 3 is taking a lot longer than 4, although I knew how the golden XP hand farm that, so that made it a lot quicker. Also, Persona 5, we had treasure demons and things like that to level up people up far quicker. So, yeah. Anyways, appreciate you guys for watching, and we will see you guys in the next one. See ya.